Hello everybody, Lisa here. Wanted to come on and talk to you guys for a few minutes and show you a couple of things that I've gotten. And I had some little trash to treasure stuff that I wanted to talk to you about, and just a couple other things. So I recently went to the Goodwill that's around the corner from my house, and they were, getting ready to chuck a whole bunch of stuff out, and so I, happened to be there at the right time, and I found this, I guess it's an index file box. Typically, you would see these as recipe boxes, or, used some, for various purposes. But anyway, I got it for like I think $1.50, and it has all the cards in it, and I thought those would make a cute little junk journal thing. I'm gonna have to work on getting them unwarped, flatten them back out a little bit, but they're good heavy cardstock, so they'll be good to turn into something. And then of course there's just a literal ton of stickers in here, and so it's somebody's color coding stuff, and there's everything imaginable in here, so all the way down to the XYZ. So at some point I will go through these and divide them up, and either leave them in one big bundle, or I'll probably divide them up and toss them into like Happy Mails and RAKs and stuff like that. But I thought that was a really great find for $1.50, and I'm telling you, it is loaded with stickers, so that's kind of cool too. So all right, and I found this guy. And it's an old Rolodex, from, I guess, probably the 80s. It looks like a really, well-used one. But anyway, I thought it might be cute to try journaling some of the little cards, and making myself a little flip file of, like, art cards, so to speak. And this guy was $1. So I really felt like I did a good job of finding stuff. All right. This guy was $1, but it was marked down to $1. So, and, just an empty 3-ring binder, but I thought, I might be able to collage the top of it and, be able to do something different with it and turn it into something. And I found these old, it's called the National Button Bulletin, from the National Button Society. It's from 1955. And look, a yearly membership was $3.50. But it's got pictures of old buttons in here, and I thought that I might try scanning some of these into my computer. And look how big the Button Society is. Look at all those ladies. But I thought I might scan some of these in and, make like a digital printable out of it. So I found that one, and these were marked 49 cents a piece, but I got them for half price, so they were $1 a piece. And that one, this one, and this one. So I had 55, 57, 56, and 55. But I just thought that was really cool. And each one has, different old advertisements, and just special awards, and, just all kinds of things about buttons. Can you believe it? There's a National Button Society. How about that? Isn't that cool? Organized November of 1938. That's cool. All right. And last but not least, One of the great things about having a used bookstore close by is they have a free bin outside. And I constantly drop by anytime I'm close by there. And, you know, just lean over into the free bin and see what they happen to have. And I found this last time, and I opened it up and was looking at the pictures and stuff, and I was just like, oh, I've got to take that home and scan it. So this is something that, you know, I'll end up scanning and trying to make some printables from. But I just thought it was really cool. You know, there's like old houses and old pictures and just, you know, different things that that I thought, you know, might make some interesting, look at that house. I thought it might make some interesting printables. And see, there's like pictures, you know, old pictures in there. There's a Bowie knife. But I just thought it was really cool. So, not all of them are fit for scanning, but, you know, there's a lot of them that are. So, I thought they were really cool. Okay. Now, so the other thing I wanted to talk to you about, segueing into this, is the trash to treasure thing. So, junk journaling, you know, originally started out as taking, you know, something that was headed to the trash and turning it into something usable, purposeful, you know, recycling it, right? Reusing it, upcycling it, I guess is the term now. So something like the Trader Joe bag. Okay, so my other half went to Trader Joe's the other day to grab a couple of things that he wanted, and he brought home, you know, his stuff in this paper bag, and he was getting ready to throw it away, and I'm like, oh no, don't throw those away. So, of course, right, the bane of every junk journaler's existence is the fact that, you know, we want to keep everything once we figure out that we can recycle it, upcycle it, repurpose it, you know, turn it into something else. And so, you know, I thought the graphics on here were really cool. So, you know, and then you've got the ones on the end. And there's some on the back. And then there's some on this side. And so what I did was I just took the whole bag and started taking it apart. And then took some of the images and just fussy cut them out. So there's the, I guess, a rutabaga with a fork in it, and there's the spoon. And I thought I might use this banner and turn it over and, you know, do something on the other side. But, you know, there was usable, you know, die cuts to fussy cut out of that bag. And I'm tickled I, you know, caught it before he threw it in the trash, because if I hadn't seen it, I wouldn't have known what I was missing, right? Look, little butterfly, that was on there. There's an airplane. So, just, you know, I thought it was cool. So that's, you know, taking trash and turning it back into treasure, because, you know, now I can use these in, you know, in a journal or on a tag, or, you know, as a background image, you know, that I want to, you know, just have for the purpose of depth and, you know, to add an extra element, right? So that was the idea behind that. All right, moving on, I wanted to also talk to you guys about, I have been watching, one of my favorite people to watch, two of my favorite people to watch are Melina with scrapbookingwithme.com, I think it's called, and her mom, I think it's her mom, E. They both have separate channels, and they both, you know, always have the cutest little ideas and the cutest little crafts that they're working on. And, you know, so I like watching their stuff because it inspires me to, you know, look at my stuff a little differently and you know, see what I can come up with, right? And so the other day I was watching one of Melina's, and she had, it's an M's Scrapbusters. We'll be sure and put the hashtag in there for you. So you can go watch some of her other videos, because she, you know, she always has just the cutest stuff. And I love to watch her, you know, create and hear about her day and, you know, what's going on with her, etc. She's just, you know, she's really down to earth, and you know, I like the way she explains things, and, you know, and just kind of goes through the project with you. So, the other day, she was working on these little altered envelopes. And the idea was that you take just a standard, small envelope, you know, and you can make them bigger. I'll show you a bigger one I made. You can, you know, use the business size if you want, but this is just like a personal size. Correspondence size, I think they call it. And you know, you don't have to worry about doing the back, because the idea is that you're going to make what's called a wraparound pocket. So you're going to wrap around your page of your journal, right? Let's see. Let me find an example over here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. And just the cutest little things. And I thought, you know, that looks like a lot of fun. I've somehow tied myself in a knot. Oh goodness. Don't know how I'll manage that. All right. Anyway, so you're going to take your pocket and you're going to wrap it around like this. And then you have a pocket here. You have a pocket here. And if you just glue around this edge, you can also have a pocket back here. You don't have to, but you can. That is an option. Okay. And then you fold it over. I don't know if you if I'm still in frame. You have a pocket here, and again, you have the possibility of a pocket here if you just glue along these two edges. So, super cute idea, right? And the cool thing is that you can use your scraps. You know, it's a Scrapbusters project. And so, you know, like I took some pieces that I had printed out on my copier, because, you know, with it being a paper envelope, if you want it to be able to fold, you don't want too much thickness. So you want to, you know, you want to try to use paper weight and not cardstock weight, right? But anyway, so, you know, this is what you end up with. Okay. I'll show you another one. Here's another one I made. Same thing. It's got the little pockets here, pocket here. And, you know, you could use the full pocket on your page if you wanted to. You know, say this is our journal, and you can, you know, you could put it right there in the center of your page if you wanted to. And you know, use this full pocket. You could make that a full pocket, and you get a little tuck and a little tuck, right? So the, you know, the possibilities are endless. But here is a larger one, and here, I'll give you. And so, you know, same thing. You can fold it over, and you got a pocket here. I just threw, you know, some little things in here to give you an idea, right? And then you go over here, same thing. You got a pocket there, and you can possibly have a pocket back here. So I thought it was super cute, and a super cute idea. So that's what we're gonna do today. Is we're gonna make one of those. I went ahead, and so how she started this project was just to cut off the flap. Now, this one that I did, I used a junk mail envelope, you know, so don't be afraid to go through your junk mail envelopes and, you know, find something you can repurpose into this. You don't have to use a new one. You know, I buy these at the dollar store, so I've got a boatload of them, and, you know, it'll be okay. Anyway, so this is what it's going to look like in the end. And, you know, once we get finished, we'll, you know, have that tuck, a tuck, pocket, pocket, etc. Right? So, we just want to go through. That's actually a little heavier than that. We just want to go through and, you know, find some pieces to start with. And on this project, I just used glue stick on the initial glue. And then as I, you know, went through and added more stuff, if I needed to, I went back with a little bit of liquid glue. But I don't want my paper to buckle, you know, so I'm trying to avoid using wet glue on this thing. Okay. And, you know, of course, we're just covering it up right now, and then we'll go back and we'll trim off these extra pieces, okay? And if we want to, we can also, let's see, we'll tear out a little bit smaller piece up here. And like I said, I just took some cardstock, some scrapbook paper that I liked, and just made a copy of it. Because, you know, I didn't want it to be on the cardstock weight paper. And so I just made a copy of it with my copier, you know, my printer. I'll turn that at an angle a little bit. And then one of the other things that we can do, if we want to, is as we make it, we can decide that, you know, we want some pieces to have the Distress Oxide on them. Oh, here's something I forgot to show you. When we were talking about trash to treasure. So, this is made from a used coffee filter. And all I did was just rinse it out. And then, you know, I stamped it. But I made a little pocket. And I just folded over the edges. And, you know, I've got it glued on the sides. Obviously not very well on this side, but I thought I could add this into a journal and, you know, put like a little journaling spot or, you know, some sort of little memento in there and put it into a journal. So I forgot to show you that before. Anyway, so if we want to take our Distress Oxides, we can, and, you know, just vintage up some of our pieces, right? Because, you know, we're gonna go back and we're gonna do all the edges and stuff on the sides of the envelope. So it might be cool to have some that, you know, are a little more vintagey looking than others. And we can, you know, dirty that one up a little bit. Let's see. Now, you know, some of this we won't see because we'll have that flap in the way when we get done. But let's see. Let's put him just right there. And But the idea is just to, you know, collage it and you know, just have fun with it. See what you end up with, you know. Let's see. Let's take this one down just a notch more. All right. Here, I'll just throw it anywhere, Lisa. Oh, forgot to take that edge. Okay. Now, we don't really have to do, you gotta remember, here, this is gonna be right here, okay? So, you know, it's gonna cover up quite a bit of this real estate down here. So we don't have to worry too much about the center because we don't want it too thick to be able to make our bend. So I'm not gonna be too concerned about it, you know? But we'll do these edges here because they will be seen. Let's see. Let me find. I'll put, well, no, I don't really like that one over there. Let's find something else. I don't know. We might use that one for the inside of our envelope. That might be a pretty thing to see peeking out of there. Yep, we might have to use that for that. Let's see. All right, we're going to use a little bit smaller piece of book page. How about that? Okay. I'd say we're pretty close there. And it's not going to be, you know, too terrible because we are going to cover this guy probably with the whole, let's see. Can't decide what I want to use there. This might be interesting. Maybe use some map on there. Okay. So, to make this easy, I am going to and you want to do the sticky side up so that you don't accidentally glue everything together later. Okay? Keep that in mind. And let's see. I don't want to get too close to the edge because I know I have that line going down through there. All right. And then, of course, we need to go back and cut this out. I tell you, I can fussy cut all day long, but you asked me to cut a straight line with a template to follow, and I'll have issues with it. It's crazy. And don't for the life of me understand it, but you know, it is what it is. And, you know, it's not about perfection, so it'll be okay. Alright, now we want to go and we want to add our stuff here. And I'll show you something else, too. When you go through your junk mail, one of the things that I like to grab out are these little cards that are like, oh, where'd I put you? I know you're over here somewhere. There you are. That are like, you know, here, have a Capital One card. Because they're really good, and this is just heavy cardstock, but they're really good for, like, really smoothing out stuff. You can kind of give it just a little oomph behind there, and it just really smooths out any wrinkles that you have on there. Okay, so just FYI. All right, we are getting close. All right, so we need to go ahead and cut. Uh-oh, make sure I didn't accidentally glue my pocket together. I tried to, didn't I? All right, so we're going to go around and cut this off, okay? Here. I have to go back and glue that one a little better. It kind of didn't want to be stuck all the way. Okay. Yeah, I always try to go back and check my edges, see how that's not quite glued down. So we'll go back and fix that. We'll glue all that down. We should still be able to cut it pretty easily. And you don't want to cut into your envelope. If you cut into your envelope, then that kind of defeats the purpose of a pocket, doesn't it? So just try to stay right on that edge, okay? And I'm telling you all the same stuff that Melina told me when I was doing it the other night, so I apologize if I sound repetitive. But I just thought it was a really cute idea, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And you really should go check out hers and her mama, which is Scrapbooking with Me. We're going to cut on these edges here. Try and get my scissors to cooperate with me. And I'm just going right along the natural curve of my envelope. Okay. I'm not cutting on the envelope at all. Okay. Okay. All right. There's what we've got. Okay. Now we need to cut our back piece. And I kind of want this showing up out of there. So I want to cut it to where it's just a hair shorter than my envelope so that it'll fit down in there. Okay. Nope, not the right pin. So we want it just about there. And I want it just about there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cut this. I really need to replace my blade. I have not had time to go to the store, though, to get one. And I know Amazon, but, you know, I kind of like to have a reason to go to the craft store, so, you know, it is what it is. Alright, I need to cut, well, I'll fussy cut those off because I don't want to rip my image accidentally. Okay, we'll cut this one because I think we can do that one all right. That edge there, I'll just fussy cut off because I don't want it to. I did something on this board yesterday and I ended up ripping the image I was trying to cut, so don't want to try that again. All right. Let's see if this fits in here. Might need to cut off just a little more. Nope, nope. I think that's gonna fit. Yeah, I'll fussy cut off this edge though. There we go. Just ever so lightly. Okay. And we can probably actually go ahead and do this edge before we put it down in there. Now with gluing things inside, it's really easier to do it with glue stick than it is wet glue because you know, kind of have a little more working time with it and it's not quite as messy. But the easiest way I have found to do it, I want to make sure we're going in the right direction. So let's oops. I'm just getting all in my own way, aren't I? I do that to myself a lot. Okay. Now, we know we want this side up, so we want to turn it over and slide it in from this way. And the reason why is you don't have to put it up against that back edge until you get it laid all the way in there. And if we need to, we can come back and trim the edge up. Okay. But that looks pretty good. And then we're gonna add our, this one's a little busy, but that's okay because you're only gonna see, you know, one part of it at a time, so it'll be all right. All right, now here I want to actually use my glue, my wet glue, and I want to find about where my halfway point is. So I'm just going to do a light little crease like that so that I know where to put my glue. Okay, I mean my piece. Oops. But I want to put glue on this side because I don't want to accidentally glue that closed. Okay. So, oh, and if you want to, you can go ahead and do your fold and get everything even. Make sure I'm all lined up there before I crease anything. Okay. And just give yourself a little bit of a crease to work with so you know what you want to line up. Okay. So that's the plan. And we might need to, here, let's fix a couple of these spots. There's that guy. I know there was one over here that was a little ragged. Oh, I think that was it. Okay. All right. And so we want to take our wet glue and we want to run it right. Well, I say that. Let me find my pin. I have a pin somewhere that I used to unstick my glue. Let's try that again. Okay, so we just want a little thin line. We don't need a thick line because we don't want it to stick anywhere but the very bottom, so we have a good tuck spot. Okay, and then we can just go and we can line this up on the bottom. And of course, if you line it up on the bottom, should line up in the center, right? And you don't want to press too hard because we don't want to squish our glue out. Okay, but you do want to kind of push it down here in the center where your main spine is there. Okay, and then there you have it. And so we'll have a a little tuck spot here, a tuck spot here, here, here. And then if you wrap it around the edge of your journal and you decide, you can have a pocket back here on each side too. So we're going to leave this one to dry for a little while. Okay. All right. So I'll show you again what I've managed to get out of myself in the last couple of days. There we go. I hope y'all enjoyed that, and I will be sure and link Melina and her mama down in the comments, I mean in the description box below. And, you know, I would love it if you would give us a thumbs up if you like this video, and let us know that you like this content, and we'll be sure and make some more of it for you. And I would love to have you as a subscriber, so be sure to hit the subscribe button and hit that bell if you want to receive notifications when I post new videos. And I really appreciate you joining me today. I had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. And I hope it inspires you to go create your own, and be sure and use the hashtag MScrapBusters, MSSCRAPBUSTERS, to participate in the same challenge, okay? And you know, Melina will leave you some love when she sees it. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. See you soon. Bye.